Students, in the second part of aromatic compounds, let's discuss phenol and nitrobenzene. First, phenol. Preparation methods. From cumin hydroperoxide. First of all, how do you prepare cumin hydroperoxide? And in fact, how do you prepare cumin? Treat benzene with isopropyl chloride in presence of Lewis acid like AlCl3, FeCl3, etc. By Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction, we will get cumin. And cumin, on passing oxygen in presence of peroxide, the benzylic carbon hydrogen bond will be broken and oxygen will be inserted here. And we will get a cumin hydroperoxide. And this cumin hydroperoxide, on hydrolysis, we will get phenol plus acetone. So advantage of this reaction is not only you will get phenol, but also another important organic compound, that is acetone. Let's see the mechanism of the reaction. After you come to cumin hydroperoxide, on addition of a little amount of acid, H plus ions, first this OH group gets protonated and forms OH2 plus, but on oxygen positive charge is unstable, so it will take the bonded pair of electrons and goes out as water molecule. And once it is going as water molecule, this oxygen will become electron deficient. It will become 6 only electrons. So more electronegative atom to become electron deficient is highly unfavorable. Therefore, from the adjacent atom to the oxygen, that is carbon, one of the group has to will migrate onto the electron deficient oxygen. But which group will migrate onto electron deficient oxygen depends upon the migratory aptitude. Phenyl has more migratory aptitude than alkyl. Therefore, phenyl group will migrate along with the bonded electrons, and now this carbon will become electron deficient. That is this one, carbocation. Now this carbocation will be attacked by the water molecule and then will release the H plus ion. It becomes OH. And then when oxygen tries to form the bond, double bond, the carbon will go beyond octet, that it is not possible, so it will start living as a phenoxide ion, and this phenoxide ion afterwards will take the H plus ion from by shifting the bonded pair of electrons onto oxygen, and ultimately forms a phenol and acetone. So this is the mechanism for cumin hydroperoxide reaction. This part is very important here. Which group will migrate onto electron deficient oxygen? Okay. So this is an industrial method for the preparation of phenol, and that group migrates onto the electron deficient oxygen, which has more migratory aptitude, and general migratory aptitude we know, H greater than pH greater than R. This is a general migratory aptitude. So according to this, it will go, and electron releasing groups will increase the migratory aptitude order. And hint, more migrating group should be with a OH group. That means ultimately the OH group containing group will be the one which is better migrating group. Suppose you see here in this example, between methyl, ethyl and phenyl, which has the better migratory aptitude, these two are alkyl groups and this is a phenyl. So phenyl should be with OH group. So two products are possible here. One is with OH and another one is with C double bond O. Yes or no? So here one group should be present, here second group, here third group, total 3 groups. And what are that 3 groups? These only are that 3 groups. But which group should be with OH? That you have to decide. That depends upon the migratory aptitude order. Whichever is a better migrating group, that will be along with OH group. So here phenyl has better migrating aptitude, therefore you will get phenol, and the remaining alkyl groups will be along with C double bond O group. So that is a C2H5 CH3. In the similar manner, you have to do the other reactions also. Okay. Next, from benzene sulfonic acid. When benzene sulfonic acid is treated with NaOH plus heating followed by acidification, SO3 group will be eliminated out and results in OH group will be attacked, and you will be getting finally phenol. From benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride on boiling with water, on continuous boiling with water, this N2Cl will be eliminated and OH group will be introduced. And then by Dow's process, which follows a bimolecular aromatic nucleophilic substitution mechanism, when chlorobenzene is treated with NaOH at high temperature and pressure, Cl will be removed off and OH will be introduced. And the actual reaction is like this. Chlorobenzene on reaction with NaOH will form sodium phenoxide plus NaCl plus water, and the formed sodium phenoxide salt will be protonated to get phenol. By decarboxylation of salicylic acid. We know salicylic acid means orthohydroxybenzoic acid is called salicylic acid. When salicylic acid is treated with soda lime, then what happens? Decarboxylation will happen and results in formation of phenol. Then Grignard reagent on reaction with dioxygen followed by hydrolysis, you will be getting phenol. And by Fenton's reagent. Fenton's reagent is FeSO4 plus hydrogen peroxide. So FeSO4 plus hydrogen peroxide, if added to benzene, will be directly getting a phenol, and whatever Fe2 plus is there will be oxidized to Fe3 plus. Then acidic nature of phenol. Already we have discussed the acidic nature in detail, and related if you want the revision related video also, I have kept acidic strength of organic compounds in 2 parts. So acidic nature of phenols. Phenols are soluble in aqueous NaOH but insoluble in aqueous NaHCO3. That means their acidic nature is sufficient to react with NaOH to form sodium phenoxide, whereas their acidic strength is not sufficient to react with sodium bicarbonate, therefore will be insoluble with aqueous NaOH solution. Phenol does not give NaHCO3 test, but ortho and para-nitrophenols, 2,4-dinitrophenol and picric acid can give a sodium bicarbonate test. Okay, na? That means introduction of a nitro group will increase the acidic strength, that the acidic strength becomes sufficient to react with a sodium bicarbonate reagent. Then chemical reactions. Halogenation first. So phenol, first point what we have to know is phenolic OH group is a positive mesomeric effect group, and by donating the electron pair to benzene ring, the benzene pi electron density will be increased a lot. And if benzene pi electron density is increased a lot, then it becomes the reactant molecule becomes highly reactive for the particular reaction, and reaction becomes difficult to stop at mono substitutions. Therefore, if you take a bromine in presence of water, polybromination reaction will happen. 2 reasons are there for polybromination to happen. One is OH is a strong ring activating group, that benzene is highly activated, and another reason is that water is a highly polar solvent, that it will split Br2 molecules and will produce more number of Br plus ions. So these 2 reasons will result in a formation of polybrominated product. But if you want monobrominated product, 2 possibilities are there. One, either you have to decrease the reactivity of benzene ring by functional group protection, or by changing the solvent from a polar protic solvent to non-polar solvent. Okay, we will be getting mono substituted phenols, and para product will be major in general in comparison to ortho product, because in para steric crowding will be minimum. And the same point I have written here. You can see polybromination in aqueous medium is because of phenol releases H plus ion and becomes phenoxide ion, and phenoxide ion is a highly activated benzene ring. O minus है ना, It is a very, very strong ring activating group. And benzene does not give a bromine water test, but phenol and aniline gives the reaction. That is one of the interesting example. Benzene straight away it will not react with the bromine water, whereas phenol and aniline will react with the bromine water, will decolorize the bromine water. That is one of the identification test between benzene and phenol or aniline. And phenol on reaction with the chlorine water, as like a bromination, polychlorination also will happen. And if you take if phenol is having a carboxylic acid also, and you take a bromine water, then carboxylic acid will be removed off because of a very good leaving group CO2 carbon dioxide molecule. So there will be ipso attack of Br plus ion at this position and gives a polybrominated product. And this reaction is not only with the COOH, even in place of COOH, if SO3H is also there, then also you will be getting similar type of product. Then sulfonation reaction. Phenol on reaction with the concentrated sulfuric acid at 25 degrees Celsius will give orthoisomer, and at 100 degrees Celsius will give para isomer. And nitration. Phenol on reaction with the concentrated nitric acid will form only 10% picric acid, and the rest of the 90% of the compound will be converted into carbon dioxide and water. This is because concentrated nitric acid acts as a powerful oxidizing agent that it will break the benzene ring into fragments. That is, each carbon will become a carbon dioxide molecule. Therefore, if you want to control the nitration reaction, and you want to get mono nitrophenols, then you have to use dilute nitric acid. And when you use dilute nitric acid, ortho product will be major than para product. Generally, para is major, but here ortho is major because of intramolecular hydrogen bonding, which results in a ring formation. Then a trinitrophenol and trinitrotoluene are used as explosives. Ortho and para nitrophenols are formed as a mixture, but they can be separated by using steam distillation because they will have difference in their boiling points. Boiling point of para isomer is higher, therefore it will be distilled later, and first distilled compound will be lower boiling point compound, that is orthonitrophenol. Then phenol on reaction with nitrous acid will form ortho and para nitrosophenols, which on further oxidation NO group will be oxidized to NO2 group. In that manner also you can produce mononitrophenols in considerable extent. NO plus is a weak electrophile which can give electrophilic substitution reaction only in presence of ring activating group. So as OH is present here as a ring activating group, you can do nitrosation. Otherwise, if OH is not there, direct with the benzene, nitrosation will not be possible. Then ipso attack is also possible by nitration. By bromination, ipso attack is possible, bromine water, and also by nitration also ipso attack is possible. It means that SO3H will be removed and NO2 will be added on the same carbon. Here also same thing will happen. So para ortho and para nitro trinitrophenol can be obtained. Picric acid, Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction is not possible, but can be made to some extent possible by taking excess of AlCl3. The main reason is when you take a phenol with alkyl halide and Lewis acid will go and react with phenol. Phenol will act as a Lewis base and AlCl3 will act as a Lewis acid, that there will be formation of a complex. And not only that, as oxygen is developing positive charge, it will act as electron withdrawing group, that ring will be deactivated. Therefore, further reaction will not be possible. But if you take AlCl3 in excess, if some amount of it will go in reaction with phenolic OH also, the leftover amount will split Rx into R plus and X minus, and such R plus formed can attack at ortho and para position to give a mixture of products. Alkylation can also be done by functional group reduction method. That is always there. If OH group is the problem here, OH can be temporarily converted into ester by acylation reaction. And after the desired reaction is done, the ester formed the ester present can be hydrolyzed back into phenol. Then Friedel-Crafts acylation. This reaction is also not possible. In fact, it is used for functional group protection itself. The same reason here also. This is the functional group protection reaction. You see, phenolic OH will get acylated by acyl chloride or acetic anhydride. You will get phenyl acetate, and this phenyl acetate will undergo Fry's rearrangement in presence of AlCl3 and heating. If you heat it to 60 degrees Celsius, the acyl group will migrate onto para position. Whereas if you heat it to 160 degrees Celsius, the acyl group will migrate onto ortho position itself. So you will be getting here ortho hydroxyphenone and here para hydroxyphenone, and both will be different in their boiling point. Therefore, distillation can be used to separate them. Williamson synthesis of ethers. So phenol or alcohol on reaction with NaOH will form alkoxides or phenoxide, and this alkoxide or phenoxide on reaction with R-X will undergo SN2 reaction to form ethers. So some examples I have given here. You see, phenol first will react with NaOH, will form a sodium phenoxide, and sodium phenoxide O minus Na plus will be there. This O minus will go and replace Cl minus and results in a formation of anisole. In the similar manner, phenitol also will be formed. In the similar manner, N-propyl phenyl ether also is formed, and here also allyl phenyl ether is formed. And interesting point is if you get allyl phenyl ether, which on heating will undergo Claisen rearrangement, that this group will migrate onto ortho position. But when this group is migrating onto ortho position, it is not this carbon which will shift onto the ortho position. It is this carbon which will shift onto ortho position, that this will go towards outside. That means this ring will get, this chain will get reverse linked at the ortho position. So for that we have given a mechanism also. You see, so if allyl phenyl ether is heated, then what is happening here? Oxygen is dragging the pi electrons to form the pi bond, sigma electrons to form the pi bond, that this pi bond is shifting to form the sigma bond, that this pi bond is shifting to form the pi bond. That means there is a break of this bond and making of this bond. So there will be a cyclic 6-member transition state is formed here. This will be completely broken, and this carbon will come towards outside like this, and then on tautomerism it will give rise to the final product. This sigma bond will shift here, and this pi bond will shift onto oxygen, and then a H plus ion also will be shifted onto oxygen and will result in a final product. Only ortho product is formed, but if both ortho positions are substituted or blocked, then only para product will be formed. You see here, if both ortho positions are substituted, then this group will directly migrate onto para position, that whatever carbon is attached to oxygen, that only will be bonding at para position. That means inversion will not happen here. So some of the examples also I have given. See here, this is the carbon which will be joined here in the first example, and in the second example this is the carbon which will be bonded, and in the third example you see on the right side ortho position is blocked but left side is free. So this carbon is the one which will go and link to the left side ortho position. And then in the fourth example you see both the ortho positions are blocked, therefore this group will migrate as it is, and this carbon which is attached to oxygen will come and attach to para position of benzene and form this product. Then Dreamer-Tiemann formylation reaction. Phenol on reaction with a chloroform in presence of NaOH followed by acidification will give a salicylaldehyde as the major product due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding, and para product also will be formed but in minor quantity. So if you see the mechanism of this reaction, chloroform has an acidic hydrogen. This acidic hydrogen will be taken by OH minus base and goes out as a water molecule and forms carbanion. Now this from this carbanion, one of the chlorine atom eliminates out, that you will be getting a dichlorocarbene electrophile. And now this dichlorocarbene electrophile is having the vacant orbital, that when phenol is treated with a OH minus, it will form phenoxide, and phenoxide with a dichlorocarbene intermediate, the pi bond will be shifted onto oxygen, that the negative charge will shift to form the double bond and forms this compound. And from this H plus ion will be shifted onto carbon, retaining the benzene ring here by shifting the pi bond onto oxygen. You will be getting this compound. And now from this compound, Cl minus will be substituted by OH minus, that is SN2 reaction will happen, and after this product is formed, the OH minus will go and abstract the H plus ion and will form alkoxide. This O minus try to form the double bond, that this carbon will go beyond octet, that Cl minus will be eliminated out, and finally forms C double bond OH, formyl group. And after at the final step, protonation of phenoxide O minus will be done to get a salicylaldehyde. In the similar mechanism, we will be getting a para product also. Then some other examples also I have given you see here. Then a Riemer-Tiemann carboxylation. Slight difference will be done to Riemer-Tiemann formylation reaction, that we will be taking a carbon tetrachloride instead of chloroform in Riemer-Tiemann carboxylation. Rest of the whole mechanism is similar, that you will be getting carboxylic acid group at ortho and para position, and this product is salicylic acid, and this is the major product due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Then Kolbe-Schmidt carboxylation reaction. The purpose of this reaction is similar to Riemer-Tiemann carboxylation reaction. Here phenol will be treated directly with carbon dioxide in presence of NaOH, followed by acidification, that you will be getting ortho and para substituted products. But ortho product is a major here also because of intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Then the Lederer-Manasse reaction. Here formaldehyde is the electrophile. So when phenol is treated with formaldehyde in presence of NaOH or KOH, we will be getting CH2OH at ortho position. Now this CH2OH at ortho or para position, when such a compound is treated, such a mixture is treated with excess of formaldehyde, here reaction will happen, here it will happen, here will happen, here will happen, like in all the three ortho and para positions, excess formaldehyde will react, and the species formed with ortho and para positions will be linking with one another in presence of excess of formaldehyde to form a bakelite polymer. Then salicylic acid is an important starting material for the synthesis of already I told you aspirin, then phenyl salicylate, salol, and methyl salicylate, that is oil of wintergreen. So their preparation methods I have given here. Then some other reactions of phenol are phenol on reaction with FeCl3, you will be getting a violet blue colored complex. So it can be used to identify phenols and enols. Phenols and enols on reaction with the freshly prepared FeCl3 will give dark violet blue colored complexes. And then a Lieberman nitroso test. By Lieberman nitroso test also you can identify phenol. So when phenol is treated with HNO2, you will be getting a para nitrosophenol, which will undergo tautomerism to give this green colored compound, which will react with a second molecule of phenol and undergoes dehydration to form a red colored compound, which is having an acidic hydrogen, and this on treatment with NaOH will form a salt, blue in color. That means when phenol is treated with is added with HNO2, nitrous acid, if you observe first green, then red, and after addition of NaOH blue, this color change itself will indicate that there is a presence of, or you have started with phenol. Then reaction with a phthalic anhydride. When phthalic anhydride is treated with a phenol, 2 molecules of phenol will react with 1 molecule of phthalic anhydride and results in the formation of very well known compound, that is a phenolphthalein indicator. Then Gattermann reaction. This I have given you in the preparation methods of in chemical reactions of benzene itself in the part 1 of aromatic compounds. So when phenol is treated with a HCN paints of a HCl and AlCl3 followed by protonation, we will be getting a salicylaldehyde plus a para isomer. On catalytic reduction, phenol will not undergo any catalytic reduction at room temperature, but at a higher temperature like 100 or above that, the benzene pi bonds also will be reduced and you will be getting cyclohexanol. Then reaction with a dimethyl sulfate and NaOH. So in dimethyl sulfate, NaOH will take this H plus ion and form a phenoxide. This phenoxide will go here, that sulfate ion will be removed off and you will be getting anisole as the product. Then reaction with the diazomethane, CH2N2. Diazomethane. When phenol is treated with the diazomethane, you will be getting anisole. This CH2 group will be joined with a oxygen and gets converted into OCH3. And the mechanism you see, brief mechanism is taken here. This is a diazomethane, na? This is the carbon ion which will take the H plus ion, base will take the H plus ion and will become CH3, and N2 molecule will go out, that phenoxide ion will start attacking on this carbon by SN2 reaction and forms anisole. Then reaction with K2S2O8, it is used for a hydroxylation. Para-hydroxylation reaction will happen to give a para-hydroxyquinone or quinol, and on oxidation by air or hydrogen peroxide or sodium bicarbonate or CrO3 or chromic acid, will be getting a ortho and a para gets oxidized, that will be getting a para-benzoquinone or quinone, in simple quinone. It is not an aromatic compound, it is non-aromatic compound. Then nitrobenzene. It is also called oil of myrrhine and it smells like almonds, and it is used in the preparation of very important compound aniline and in shoe polishes and cheap scented soaps. Preparation method from aniline, it is not a good method, because if you try to do oxidation, aniline NH2 group is a ring activating group, that the ring is highly sensitive for oxidation, that a ring will be broken down into pieces. Then with the benzene diazonium salts also, direct from benzene diazonium salt on nitration, you cannot get a nitrobenzene. Therefore, this is also not a good method. The nitration of benzene. Nitration of benzene basically needs a nitric acid, but nitric acid can be taken in a different condition, like a dilute nitric acid. It will give a no reaction, because dilute nitric acid NO2 plus concentration is not sufficient, that it cannot give the reaction, or the reaction is very slow. So you need to take a concentrated nitric acid, and if you take at 60 degrees Celsius, mononitration will happen, and at 100 degrees Celsius dinitration will happen. But the first mononitration will result in nitrobenzene, which is a meta directed, that second time if nitration happens, the nitro group will come at meta position, and if you still increase the temperature even at other meta position also, the reaction will happen and it gives a 1,3,5 trinitrobenzene. And even with the fuming nitric acid also will get same 1,3,5 trinitrobenzene. Fuming nitric acid, we know that it is 83 to 85% of concentrated nitric acid plus 10 to 13% of dinitrogen tetroxide N2O4 plus 1 to 2% of water is a fuming nitric acid, whereas a fuming sulfuric acid is concentrated sulfuric acid saturated with sulfur trioxide, SO3. Then chemical reactions of nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene, most important chemical reaction is its reduction only, and reduction can happen in different ways. Like see, in first step of reduction, nitro group will lose one oxygen to form nitrosobenzene, and on second step of reduction, the hydrogen atoms will be added so that it will form a phenyl hydroxylamine, and on final reduction, this OH also will be eliminated, that this will become aniline molecule. So by using a different reducing agents to the different extents, nitration reaction will happen. That means Based upon reducing agent strength, the reaction may stop here, or the reaction may happen up to here, or the reaction will happen till the last to form aniline as the product. Okay, so if you take a catalytic hydrogenation, H2 plus nickel, palladium, platinum, etc., then a complete reduction will happen, that you will be getting aniline as the product. And even by electrolysis in a weak acidic medium also, aniline will be formed as the product. And nitrobenzene on electrolysis in strong acidic medium will get a hydroxylamine, which will rearrange, the OH group will rearrange to come at a para position. Then reduction of nitrobenzene in a neutral medium. Neutral medium means zinc plus ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride is a salt. So if nitrobenzene is treated with zinc plus ammonium chloride, then you will be getting hydroxyl amine. And reduction in acidic medium, nitrobenzene on reduction with acidic medium. Acidic medium here is metal plus acid reduction, or electron plus proton reduction. Tin plus HCl or iron plus HCl will result in formation of aniline compound. And now reduction in basic medium, important point, this is reduction in basic medium. On first step of reduction, you will be getting a nitrobenzene and phenyl hydroxylamine, and these on dehydration will be getting a azoxybenzene. Azobenzene with oxygen is called azoxybenzene, and this azoxybenzene on further oxidation, this oxygen will be removed off in the form of a water molecule, that you will be getting azobenzene. Azobenzene on further oxidation, the pi bond will be broken and 2 hydrogens will be added, that you will be getting hydrazobenzene. So different extent of oxidations are possible even in a basic medium. If you use this basic medium, methanol plus NaOH, or glucose plus NaOH, or sodium arsenate plus NaOH, you will be getting a azoxybenzene, that is a first product. Then tin plus NaOH or lithium aluminum hydride, you will be getting second product, that is azobenzene. And zinc with NaOH, strongest acidic medium, will be getting a final basic medium product, that is a hydrazobenzene. Then selective reduction, if 2 or more NO2 groups are present, one of the NO2 group will be reduced by treating with any of the sulfur sulfide reagent. Sodium sulfide, sodium hydrogen sulfide, ammonium sulfide, ammonium hydrogen sulfide, sodium polysulfide. One of the NO2 group will be removed, and if no other groups are present, only just NO2 groups are there, any of the NO2 group you can reduce. But if any other group is present along with NO2 groups, you have to select the most electron deficient NO2 group to get reduced. Suppose you see here, methyl is a positive inductive effect group. So if a methyl is electron releasing group, what it will do? It will increase the electron density of this NO2 group. So comparatively, this NO2 is electron deficient. Therefore, this NO2 will be reduced into NH2 group. And if you take a chlorine is negative inductive effect group है ना, negative inductive effect greater than positive mesomeric effect है ना. So therefore overall it is a electron withdrawing group है. And if electron withdrawing group is present, then the adjacent very nearer NO2 group will be more electron deficient than para NO2 group. Therefore this NO2 will be reduced into NH2 group. And even more than 2 NO2 groups are present also, only one NO2 group you have to reduce. And then last, Mulliken-Barker test. This is a reaction used to identify the presence of nitroalkanes and nitrobenzene. First, what you will do is nitrobenzene or nitroalkane will be reduced by neutral medium, that is zinc plus ammonium chloride. You will be getting hydroxylamine. This hydroxylamine on treatment with a Tollens reagent, the hydroxyl amine will be oxidized to nitrosobenzene, and Ag plus will be reduced to silver mirror. Same nitroalkane also will be giving a nitrosoalkane plus silver precipitate is formed. Okay, so this completes phenol and nitrobenzene, and in third part we will discuss aniline and diazonium salt. Thank you.